I started high school in 1940. There were, I think, 30, 31, 32 in our class when I started, and when we graduated, we were 13, I believe. Because when boys got to be 17 years old, they'd quit and join the Navy, and a lot of fathers that would move someplace and get a war job, and then they'd move their families, and everything was rationed. Gasoline was rationed, and butter was rationed, meat. Of course, we lived on a farm, you know, so we did have it better, but the people that lived in town, they really had all those stamps to worry about.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii by air, President Roosevelt has just announced. The attack also was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu.
I really don't even remember hearing about it until Monday in school, because, you know, we had battery radios, and you saved the battery. I don't think the batteries lasted as long as they do now, so we didn't have the radio on all the time. We had a home room in school, and we heard President Roosevelt declare war on Japan. Oh, we had to pick up scrap metal and write slogans about it. My sister got the first prize for her slogan. It was, "Don't be caught napping when you should be out scrapping." I had a brother that went in April of 1942. There was a lot of talk going on all the time because there were different ones going in like every month or so, maybe even oftener than that. We sort of just rolled with the punches. You know, you get used to it after a while. I graduated from high school in, I suppose, May of 1944, and my sister-in-law said she was going to go to Seattle and work at Boeing because she was a teacher, and she just decided that she maybe wanted a change. She didn't have a school. She hadn't signed a contract for another school, so she decided she would go out there and work at Boeing. She asked me if I wanted to go along, and I really didn't know what I was going to do, so I said, yeah, I'll go along. I had never lived in a city before, so it was sort of scary, very scary, in fact. And then we had to go and get hired on at Boeing, and then we had to sit in line a whole day, I know, to have a physical, and I got so, I suppose, worried that I fainted. It was really scary. Ooh, it was big. When I went to see Jimmy Doolittle to hear his speech, my foreman gave me a ride. Otherwise, it would have taken me 5 to 10 minutes to walk from one end. I was putting straps that held the machine guns in the B-17s. That's what I was, one of my first jobs. One girl dropped a drill and it made a hole in the airplane, and then somebody had to come and patch that because we didn't know what to do about it. That aluminum was thin. I asked for a transfer to the equipment area, and then here I was driving this forklift, and they didn't give you any training in that. They just get on and drive, and you know, the back wheels turn, the front wheels don't. I was about the poorest forklift driver that Boeing had ever had, I bet. Oh, I know I had to put some stuff on an elevator once, and the foreman came flying up and saying, "What in the world are you doing?" Then I got transferred. I think they didn't want me to drive the forklift anymore, so they put me on as a dispatcher. Really enjoyed that job. My wages when I got out there were 82.5 cents an hour. For some other job, I got about 90 cents, and then when I was a dispatcher, I got $1.01 an hour. So I really thought I was making a lot of money. We did have President Roosevelt dying. That was a very upsetting thing. When he died, everybody was very upset then. But you know, by seeing him in newsreels, we did see that he was getting more and more run down. The war was very hard on him. From what I can remember, everybody was saying, "Who is the vice president?" Roosevelt did have several different vice presidents. That is the whole equipment area. I think that is the day that we've learned that the war was over, and so we all got together. We didn't know what we were going to do. Another friend and I suppose maybe about a week after the war came to an end, we just packed our suitcases and came home to Evansville. I don't know what would have happened to this country if the United States hadn't gotten into World War II, because would Hitler and Japan have taken over, and would we not be what we are today? So I just think that it was very important to do what everybody did. Yeah, but it was such a little bitty role comparing to all those guys that had to spend so much time in the service and do all the actual fighting, and so it didn't amount to much, but it helped. I hope it helped a little.